use the raise hand function to ask questions, and I'll call on you. Okay, Hector?
Coach, good morning.
Morning, Hector.
Did this actually end up better for you guys?
We were really excited about playing SMU. We knew a lot about them, and we had a little extra juice about that game, I'll be honest. Very similar to after, like, watching the UAB Rice game. We were pretty bummed out. We weren't going to play Marshall. But then we found out we were playing SMU, so we got really excited again because of the Texas, Dallas, and San Antonio, and us knowing their players, them knowing our players, recruiting. And then we now found out we're going to be on ABC, nationally televised game on December 26th. So we're all excited again, right? It's kind of like 2020. It's just been such an emotional roller coaster. Anytime you can play on ABC in that prime time spot against somebody, we're not for sure. We're hearing Big 12. That's pretty cool. So it's going to be really exciting, in my opinion, Hector.
In terms of that swing of emotion, Coach, do you mind taking us through the swing of emotion in that moment? I mean, when you first get word that SMU is not going to be able to play because of the COVID issues, up until you end up finding out, okay, now it looks like we've got a home in the First Responder Bowl. Can you take us through, I guess, minute to minute, whatever, half hour to half hour, what that was like for you and trying to figure out what in the world was going to go on?
Yeah, at first, extremely disappointed, worried about my players. How are they going to take it? We had seen the end in sight, right? And so that was exciting because we knew, finally we had an end date. So we could all plan and make all those arrangements. Then frustration because not knowing and going to have to what am I going to tell my kids, again, my players. Then elation might be a strong word, but I was excited that it's going to be ABC December 26th against some Power 5. So I knew my kids would be excited about it. And that's where I always am, Hector. Yes, it's exhausting. My coaches are tired and all that kind of stuff, but it's my kids. It's all about my players. And I know y'all get tired of hearing that, but that's where my heart always goes. And for their families and just big-time football, Christmas is in hotels usually when you play big-time football. And that's a mindset. Like, our players are all used to Thanksgiving, right? They've kind of been conditioned that Thanksgiving means practice. But to get to a level of where Christmas means hotels, that's a different level. And so our kids are very excited right now.
All right, I guess I'm just going to jump in here, Coach. First off, I think I saw you tweet out, and it's pretty funny that you are the first program ever to accept multiple bowl invitations. So I'm just wondering how that feels. Yeah,
could y'all start a movement, maybe #2 bonuses at Dr. Compost? If y'all can start that movement, I think that would catch on. I'm totally teasing. Please, nobody take that out of context. It cost me my job. We were just having a little fun. I thought that was pretty funny. And I also thought Dr. Compost, I think we should treat this like the NCAA tournament. We won round 1, so there's 64, right? So if we go to the next week and we don't play, we're in 32 of us, right? Sweet 16, who knows? We might have been the Final Four. Let's just roll with it and see what happens. We'll play in a parking lot. Our kids love football. We love coaching football. We love the practice. And we're excited. All my kids are just thrilled today. They're ready to go. We just had a great weight workout, a great conditioning session. They're all sweated up and ready to play right now.
I was also going to say, it seems like, time is a flat circle with how your tenure started at UTSA and what 2020 has thrown at you. To just have the switch up, how much does that drastically change your weekly schedule? And are you guys just having to wait and see on what you have to do bowl game preparation wise and just put all your focus towards tomorrow?
It's a great question. I don't ever trick my guys. I like to have fun and laugh and cut up. Y'all can tell, but I don't play tricks. I tell my guys the direct truth. But when I went there and told them the game was off, they all thought Kevin Brown, my DFO, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. I mean, he has put in so many hours getting all this planned. You can imagine the logistics of doing all this, COVID testing, hotels, buses. It's been a lot on Kevin, all of us. So we're just trying to figure it out as we go. We lifted them and ran them today. We're going to get them off tomorrow because we hope we know the opponent today, and then we can start preparing all day tomorrow and have a practice ready for these guys on Thursday is what we're shooting for right now.
And then also, I know the bowl game is supposed to give you this benefit of a few weeks of more practices, and coaches love that. Not necessarily what you have here in 2020, but how important is it to have a few more practices just because your off season and the way this year has started has been screwed up?
It's a great question. We're still getting better, believe it or not. We're still learning things about our kids. We've got to work all of our young kids. We've had live scrimmages. Had an unbelievable game the other day. You couldn't make it up. I wish y'all could have been there. J-Rod, for the game winner now, we had played. It came down to the last drive. It looks like J-Rod's fixing to score. He's on the 1 yard line. He's ran 60 yards, and Ronald Gurley came and stripped him from behind. There's a mad scramble on the 1 inch line now, and Gurley came out there with the ball, and J-Rod still has not gotten over it, and Gurley's still smiling ear to ear. So we've had some great fun, and our kids are continuing to get better, and really happy for those guys got to play and get some good quality work.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach, and congrats again, part 2.
Oh, baby, that's right.
Hey, JJ, you're up.
Jeff, what's your schedule going to be, I guess, this week and next week?
We're going to be all tomorrow. We lifted and ran today. We'll practice Thursday. We'll practice Sunday. We're going to take the kids to Topgolf Thursday night and just have some fun. Social distance. Topgolf's got us all ready for that. And then we'll practice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and go play a ball game on Saturday.
Okay, Greg. Or Hector, I'm sorry. And then Greg, you're up after.
Yeah, Coach, sorry about that. When I was chatting with you earlier, my computer froze and I couldn't unmute. So apologies, everybody, if it was frozen there for a second. Coach, taking on a Power 5 program, you mentioned that you're going to find out, hopefully, you hope to find out the opponent a little bit later on today. Can you speak to the opportunity and that chance to go against a Power 5 on national TV?
Yeah, it's a fun experience for all of us. It's something that, a group of 5 schools always look forward to. It's a great opportunity. And that's the way we've chosen to look at all of it, Hector. From the very beginning, you've heard me say a million times, is it opportunity or adversity? And our kids have chosen that entire season, which is why we're going to be on national TV for the 8th time. And our brand is hot right now. I know #210 triangle of toughness, people might not really understand how much that means to us, but it's very dear to us. Those single-digit numbers mean a lot to us. When people watch us play football and other coaches speak about us, it means a lot to our players that coaches and players comment how hard we play, the way we play the game, how tough we are, how physical we are, how much we love each other, how much we encourage each other. That means a lot. And the more we could get that triangle of toughness brand on TV, the better it's going to help our recruiting, Our boosters are going to buy in more. Our university's more excited. Our city's more excited. And it's just fun. And when you win, Hector, there is enough for everyone. And when you lose, there's never enough for anyone.
And Coach, one more from me. I remember back from your days at Gilmer, how much faith drove and drives your life and your decision making and how you go about your business on a daily basis. Given what you've gone through this year and up to these last, 13, 14 hours with a bowl game going away and then another one lining up, how much have you relied on your faith in terms of getting you through this year and up until to this very moment?
If you'll ever notice in my office, behind me, there's a bat with a towel on it. And one of my very best friends died of cancer in 2009. And he was a baseball player at A&M. His name was Matt Count. And that towel of his, because in moments like that, Hector, you better be grounded in something, and that's what I've chosen to ground my own beliefs in. And that towel and that bat and that Bible verse have come in very handy through my career, but tremendously in the last few months.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, Greg.
Jeff, was there a period where the Frisco Bowl was out and you guys didn't know what was next? Was there a scary part in there for you guys where it was kind of uncertain? What was that like, and how long did that kind of linger before you got an answer?
No, Dr. Compost was on top of that. She gave me the bad news, and then she gave me the good news, which I told her she could have done it the other way. That's the way she chose to do that to me. So it's good to be the king or queen, however you want to word that.
Do you know how that was able to come together so quickly that they were able to make that kind of a change pretty much, within a couple minutes?
She's a bulldog now. I mean, she wants to play. She believes in us. She believes in our players. And she's been an advocate of us the entire season. We lost the LSU game. She replaced it. We lost the Grambling game. She replaced it. We lost the Memphis game. She replaced it. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other game. She's been an advocate of ours. I haven't had the opportunity yet to ask her how that all went down. I just know that she's been an advocate of ours the entire time and believes in us, and I'm sure she was wheeling and dealing in the back getting it done.
Does this change where you don't have a bowl game this weekend now affect how you can navigate signing day tomorrow? Is your plan for that any different?
Yeah, it is. We're meeting at 3 today. Great question. We're going to be able to give that a lot more attention now. We thought we were going to be at practice, and now we're not going to be at practice. So we've got a really exciting class. We're going to be better because of that class. And I know every college coach says that, but go watch the video these kids are bringing in. We're bringing in some real playmakers. And I'm just so happy because our culture has been established. And I know that when those kids come in, our players are helping recruit these kids. The guys we got coming in know what we're about. I've said this before. We don't really beg kids to play for us. We want them to play for us, but we want them to be attracted to us. We want them to know what this is and want to be a part of it. And we feel like we're getting that and excited to see that tomorrow.
I want to follow up on that recruiting component a little bit. Are there any players that you brought in this class that we're going to find out about tomorrow who you were not able to see in person at any point, or did you guys only recruit guys you were able to see live at some point or another before everything started to go differently?
That's a great question. I haven't studied it like that. I would be shocked if we signed one person that we did not have our eyes actually on. But there might be one in there that I'm not thinking through. But I would be shocked if that's the case. If somebody on my staff, not necessarily me, did not verify actual height, actual size, actual wingspan, actual hand size, and all those things that to me are very important in recruiting.
Does that change how many high school guys you were comfortable targeting? Do you want to look more JUCO or more transfers because of that?
No doubt. You'll see a less number of high school players sign with us because I just didn't want to take the gamble. And we might have missed on some players, but I would rather miss on losing players because that might only hurt you one game a year. But if you miss on taking a player that was not as good as you thought, you now have to deal with that every day for 4 years.
And how do you approach it from a numbers perspective with roster management? I know obviously the seniors next year are not going to count against the scholarship limit, but then you have to worry about maybe the guys who are juniors this year who take an extra year down the line and however that unfolds the next few seasons. How do you sort of account for that when you set out to make your class this year?
Yeah, I think you do have to have a big picture plan. There's no doubt. We did take enough high school kids that we're not going to be void in that class. But at the same time, I think things have changed with transfer portal, grad transfers, junior college. I think there has to be a healthy mix now. I don't think it's all high school, and I don't think it's all grad transfer and all portal. I think there has to be a nice mixture in every class now. It's my personal belief.
Yeah, and especially this year, there's a huge number of kids in the portal, maybe partly because of the extra year of eligibility or the one-time transfer rule. But could you see yourself, getting into the market of looking for some kids out of the portal and potentially bolstering the roster a bit that way?
Yeah, we're going to always try to say 3 to 4 initials because you want to go through spring and see what happens. We might have some of our own kids late. We might get injured. We might have missed in certain positions, right? That's what we were not afforded. This is my first year. We didn't get that opportunity. So we're really excited to get to go through spring, reevaluate our players again, hopefully have 3 to 4 initials left and go target that.